Wrinkle your hands up like this. When you disagree with what somebody's saying, you wrinkle your hands down. When somebody is saying something and you have a point of clarification, you do this.
When somebody says something you want clarification, you do something like this.
When you have a point of information, which you want to add to what somebody's saying, you do this.
And if you got a point of information you want to add to somebody's saying, you do something like this.
And another one is a block.
And the other one is block.
Is the block.
But this is to be used
This is to be used
only when you have a good reason to be blocking
to be blocking
a proposal that someone's presenting.
that someone's presenting. If you block, you must be prepared to speak to that block and offer an amendment to the proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, co-facilitators. This is my first time facilitating.
This is my first time
Thank
facilitating.
you for your patience from the outset.
Thank you for your patience from the outset.
So we'll need something to take minutes.
I think we.
Thank you so much.
Darcy's taking minutes.
Darcy, thank you so much, Darcy. And Liam will be doing stack. And stack always confuses me. I say, why don't we say speakers list?
Speakers list, whoop.
But suppose stack is for...
Stack is for, we open stack when you would like to speak to a proposal. We have a speakers list, which happens at the end of near the last half of the GA, which is where you are invited to speak about anything you wish to speak about, as long as it fits in with the non-oppressive.
All right, so when you hear stack, that relates to a proposal.
That relates to a proposal.
When you hear the speakers list,
When you hear the speakers list,
that is at the end when everything's been discussed.
That's at the end when everything's been
And
discussed.
the list is open for everybody to speak.
And the
this is open for everybody to speak.
So on the agenda,
On the
we
agenda,
will start with committee announcements,
Start with committee announcements.
and then go to general announcements.
we'll go to general announcements.
Then we'll do proposals.
Then we'll do proposals.
And of course, we need 30, so we'll count up to see if there's 30.
Quorum.
Quorum. If we don't have 30,
If we don't have 30,
we can still discuss proposals.
we can still discuss
Still a
proposals.
great idea.
Still a great idea.
And then at the end, open speakers list.
Then at the end, open the speakers list.
So we'll start.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Two things.
Two things.
We are facilitators.
We are facilitators.
We volunteer.
We volunteer.
We are here to guide the process,
We are here to guide the process,
not the content.
not the content.
If you feel
If you feel
that we are guiding the content,
that we are guiding the
or
content,
you have an issue with the way we are doing things, please let us know
please let us
in a
know
respectful manner,
in a respectful manner,
and we will be happy to address that.
and we will have to address that.
Thank you. Okay. So we're going to start with community updates.
Okay. Community,
Or
committee
updates.
announcement.
Announcements. So I have Fred up first.
Okay, this is about
This is about
New Year's extravaganza right here. Okay. We've been working toward getting a spot
Getting a spot
in the program
in the program
for New Year's Eve.
for New Year's Eve.
I've talked to the receptionist
I've talked to the receptionist
at City TV.
at CTV.
She gave me a number to call,
She gave me a number to call,
so I called it today.
so I called it today.
She transferred me through
She transferred me through
to someone named Jane or Sharon or something,
somebody named Shane or Sharon or something,
and she said,
and she said,
absolutely under no circumstances
absolutely under no circumstances
will they allow Occupy Toronto to be part of the festivities.
will they allow Occupy Toronto to be part of the festivities.
shame. Boycott
I was
city.
pretty disgusted,
I was pretty disgusted.
so I hung up.
So I hung up.
At that point,
At that point,
I thought, Jane who? So I called up to get a last name and a title, and the receptionist refused to give it to me.
Oh my God.
She also accused me of harassing them,
Oh my God.
and so I said, well, I'm not trying to be like that. So I'd like to come down in person again and have an appointment with Jane, whatever her last name is, under the conditions that she has some kind of ability to make the decisions that I'm being told that are being made. She said if I come down there, there will be security waiting for me. And I said, okay. But I haven't gone there yet. Because I think I'd like to have a few witnesses with me when I go to see what a bitch this girl is.
And I would love to live stream it and boycott city.
So, at the same time, I'm just saying, from now, that there's a live stream meeting at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So maybe we should go over there and pay them a visit and make our petitions known.
so maybe we should go over there at 2 o'clock tomorrow, pay a little visit, and make them uncomfortable and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was also thinking
I was also thinking,
we should probably write a letter
we should probably write a letter
to make our request known.
to make our request known.
That is all.
That is all.
City TV. They're in charge of it.
Next part of that with the committee announcement is
Michael, who has an update or announcement.
Update from Michael.
Okay, so just some of the meeting times.
Just some of the meeting
Meeting
times.
time.
Facilitation,
Facilitation.
12 o'clock,
12 o'clock.
Tuesday, December 27th,
Tuesday, December 22nd.
27th,
27th. Sorry.
at Oisey 5th floor.
At Oisey 5th floor.
Monday, January 2nd,
Monday, January 2nd.
3 o'clock is intercommittee
At 3 o'clock is intercommittee
at Oisey 5th floor.
at OEC 5th floor.
And January 3rd,
January 3rd,
Tuesday, that's finance at 2 o'clock
finance at 2 o'clock,
at Oisey 5th floor.
OEC 5th floor.
And also that day, but the time hasn't been determined, will be the committee for organizing the conferences that somebody else is going to do the announcements for.
Okay,
Or if nobody else is here to do those, I can do it briefly.
Okay, well, so we'll check back with you at the end of the announcements. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Mike.
Next up for announcements is Mao.
I guess Fred already talked about it.
Brad already talked about it.
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
at 2 o'clock,
at 2 o'clock.
we're going to have a live stream committee meeting
Live stream committee meeting.
at the Library Pub, east of Dundas Square, on the second floor.
Second floor.
Also,
Also,
today we had the International Roundtable,
today we have the International Roundtable.
which is broadcasted through the live stream
Broadcast via live stream
every Thursday at 2 o'clock.
every Thursday at 2 o'clock.
You're all invited to participate
Participate
and be part of it.
and be part of it.
Thank you, Mao.
So I have an announcement
So I have an announcement.
for Bridge the Divide.
Divide.
We still need
We still need
a bus.
a bus.
So if anybody that knows unions,
So if anyone knows unions,
please contact me
please contact me.
so I can contact them
So I can contact
so they can help us out.
I'll help you out.
Thank you. And my email is
And my email is
occupy
occupy
to Maria
Maria
MARIA @gmail.com. The agenda for Bridge to Divide was somewhat worked on today. First, we meet at noon in Niagara. And we will have a simultaneous GA.
And we will have a simultaneous GA.
We will project each other's GAs with Occupy Buffalo.
We will project each other's GAs with Occupy Buffalo.
And then we walk towards the bridge at 12:30.
And then we walk towards the bridge at 12:30.
In the middle of the bridge,
In the middle of the bridge,
as we stand under the Canadian flag,
as we stand under the Canadian flag,
and they stand under the American flag, we will start to have speeches.
we will start to have speeches.
The first ones will be
First ones will be
the people attending
the people
will
attending
tell everybody what they want on January 1st.
to tell everybody what they want on January 1st.
Following,
Following,
6 speakers from each side
6 speakers from each side
will talk about how they've been affected
will talk about how they've been affected
by the corruption from both governments respectively,
by the corruption from both governments respectively,
and what they are protesting for and against.
and what they're protesting for and against.
So we need volunteers
So we need volunteers
to tell us your story.
to tell us your story.
Because every story is very important. Then we will have guest speakers. And finally, the most badass part, we will exchange solidarity letters with Occupy Buffalo under the UN flag. So far that's the plan,
So far, that's the plan,
but we still need a bus to get down to Niagara.
but we still need a bus to get down to Niagara.
And my email is
And my email is
occupy to Maria @gmail.com. If you want to volunteer to talk or help us with the bus, just email me. Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. You want to add to that now?
We have a meeting
We have
for that at 9 o'clock tonight.
come over to the
We
Lakeview
want to volunteer
at
community
9
to come
o'clock.
over to Lakeview at 9 o'clock.
Where's the Lakeview?
The Lakeview is at Ossington and College.
The Lakeview.
Actually, no, not 9 o'clock after the GA. I'm sorry.
And what is Lakeview?
The Lakeview is a restaurant at College. Dundas and Ossington.
Oh,
The
okay.
Lakeview is a restaurant at
Oh, okay, yes.
College and
It's an amazing
Washington.
place.
And it's not
Great
here.
food.
No, after the GA.
After the GA.
Okay, thank you, Maria.
Okay, thank you, Maria.
All right, next with announcements is actually me,
Next to the announcements, actually, this facilitator guy.
whose name is Liam.
His name is Leo, by the way.
Occupy Education
Occupy Education
is having their first meeting,
is having a first meeting.
another meeting,
Another meeting.
Wednesday, December 28th,
Wednesday, December 28th
2 p.m.,
at 2 p.m.
5th floor,
5th floor.
Oisey.
Boise.
Second quick announcement,
Second quick announcement.
I was at the website today.
I was at the website today.
They have a Be Active page,
They have a Be Active page,
which has a list
which has a list
of all the working groups
of all the working groups
and links to their Google groups.
and links to their Google groups.
If you're interested in joining one,
If you're interested in joining one,
check it out.
check it out.
If you're interested in adding your working group to that list,
If you're interested in adding your work group to that list,
contact Web Development.
contact Web Development.
Thank you. That's all my announcements. And Sharon, how's it going?
There was a new group formed.
There was a new group formed. 7 p.m.
at the Center for Social Innovation,
at the Center for
Social Innovation,
which is on Bathurst, South of Bloor,
which is on Bathurst, south of Bloor.
and in the meeting room.
I'm going.
Now I'm going to try and get that group
yeah, we're going to try and get that group
on the list that Liam just mentioned, that
On the website.
group list. Yeah,
on
fantastic.
the list that Liam just mentioned on
The website.
On the website. All right, thank you, Sharon. Next up is Trey with an announcement. If anyone else has an announcement, make yourself known to me.
Mic check.
Mike Jack!
Occupy Regrouping Weekend.
Occupy Regrouping Weekend!
January 6th to 8th.
January 6th to 8th!
Steelworkers Hall.
Steelworkers Hall!
For anyone already involved in Occupy.
For anyone already involved in Occupy!
Debriefing.
Debriefing!
Committee organizing and structuring.
Community organizing and structuring!
Decision-making discussion.
Decision-making discussion!
And a visioning session.
And a visioning session!
Also,
Also,
Occupy Activist Assembly.
Occupy Activist Assembly!
January 20th to the 22nd.
January 20th to the 22nd!
At Oisey.
At Boise!
Anyone interested in Occupy,
Anyone interested in Occupy,
including the periphery.
including the periphery,
Panel discussions. Committee presentations.
committee presentations,
Discussions.
discussions,
Issues and current events.
issues and current events,
History.
history,
Other Occupy City reports.
other Occupy City reports,
And teach-ins.
and teach-ins.
Okay. Sylvie, no one else has any announcements? That's all our announcements.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't want to take
no, that's okay. My check.
Mike Jack!
We'll go to general announcements.
Now we go to general announcements.
Anyone have general announcements?
Does anybody have a general announcement?
Announcement.
Fuck yeah!
We got speakers. Let's go. We want to get on the speakers list. Okay, let's go. Jeff, and then real simple. I'm going to Princess Gate and I'm setting up a tent tonight. Done. Done.
Jeff's going to Princess Gate and setting up a tent tonight.
Jeff, we'll see you in a bit. Round.
There is in April,
In April,
Chicago is organizing a multinational event
a multinational event
in preparation for the G8,
Preparation for the G8.
and they would like us to participate,
They would like us to participate.
send some people down.
Send some people down.
So maybe from Toronto and London, Ontario, we can send people down in support. So something to think about.
Something to think about. Thank you, Mal. Anyone else around for announcements before we move on to proposals? See if we...
Announcements.
Okay. Brandon, have you got one? Okay,
yeah.
Brandon's got one.
Yeah, Brandon. Woo!
So I was in court today
So I was in court today
for the eviction arrest,
For the eviction arrest,
of which there was 11 of us,
of which there was 11 of us,
and only a few of us in court today.
and only a few of us in court today.
So they are charges.
There are charges.
This is not like a parking ticket,
This is not a ticket.
and the date for trials
And the date for trial
will probably be determined in January.
will probably be determined in January.
So I got my disclosure,
So I got my disclosure,
which is the Crown and the police case against you, me.
which is the Crown and the police case against you.
Yeah. And through a typo,
And through a typo,
they referred to us as the protectors.
That's a Freudian typo. Okay, thank you, Brandon. That's all the announcements.
No, I've got a general announcement.
Oh, sorry.
A group called
Tools
Tools for Change
for
Change
are doing workshops
are doing workshops
Around what?
around what?
Occupy Toronto needs.
Occupy Toronto needs.
One of them
One of them
is for facilitation.
is for facilitation.
So I guess I'm going to have to go.
So I guess I'm gonna have to go.
But let's all go.
Let's all
It's a fabulous opportunity,
fabulous opportunity.
and we can take what we learn
We can take what we learn
into other groups
to other groups.
and occupy neighborhoods. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have all the dates,
So I don't have all the dates.
but if you Google Tools for Change,
Google Tools for Change.
you'll see that the workshops are starting
You'll see that the workshops are starting
about the third week in January.
about the third week of January.
Yeah. And you can register online.
Excellent. Yeah, we have proposals. We got to see if we have quorum, and then if we have quorum, we can go to proposals.
Okay, so we will go to proposals,
We will go to
but
proposals.
we'll count and see if we have quorum first.
We're gonna count to see if we have quorum first.
But even if we don't,
But even if we don't,
we're going to just bring these proposals forward.
count to.
Still a great place to discuss.
It's a great place to discuss.
Okay, do you want me to count it?
Shanghai.
I counted. Why don't I run around and count?
Yeah.
Because we got 1, 2. They're coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I'm number 9. 30.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What did I miss? 20. Oh, 27. We're 27. Well, they want to come in and join us. They can. Please, invite them over.
Trevor's coming, 28.
I have 3 have already walked away. Those 2 girls are coming back. They said to me, and I'm neither here nor there for me because we were quorum. If people want to try and get quorum,
Did you count Gandalf?
I did. I counted you 2 for sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to.
Quorum check!
Mic check! Mic check! We are trying to see if we have quorum. Right now, we have about 26 people. So, we
Yeah.
are going to decide. No quorum? Okay.
Okay, we don't have quorum.
Mic check!
Mic check. Mic check. We don't have quorum,
We don't have quorum,
but we'd still like to discuss
but we'd still like to discuss
whatever proposal
whatever proposal
someone like to bring forward.
someone would like to bring forward.
It is very helpful
It is very helpful
and useful
and useful
to discuss these
to discuss this
within a bigger group.
within a bigger group.
So let's go forward. Any proposals?
We have one from Maria if she wants to, but she doesn't have it.
Yeah, I'll do it anyway.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
I think you should.
Liam.
All right, mic check.
Mic check.
We need posters
Posters
for Bridge to Divide
for Bridges to Divide.
because we need more people
Because we need more people
to come down with us.
to come down with us.
So I did my research,
So I did my research,
and I have gotten posters printed before
and I have got posters printed before
at Staples,
at Staples.
and they are actually the best deal for us at the moment.
And they are actually the best deal for us at the moment.
Now it would be 250 posters
Now, we 250
on their cheapest paper, which is good,
on the cheapest paper, which is good.
on color, and it's $233.75,
And it's $233.75.
Okay.
and that's it.
What is the size of those posters?
They're 8.5 by 14.
Okay.
Clarification? What?
So what happens now is if you keep an eye out. You know, these are clarifying questions.
Oh, I
These
understand.
speak questions, but I don't know why he's talking like that.
Okay, and then Mal's got to clarify.
Okay.
Okay, you
So
know what?
Darcy,
Now he's got to clarify. You want to
just a little tip. Do you have a point of clarification for her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, say it out loud, otherwise we'll have to go to.
Say it to the
I'm just saying that if you got it in a PDF,
If you've got
You've
it,
got it in a
got it in a
PDF.
PDF, right? And you made 2 PDFs.
you make 2 PDFs,
Then you can take it to this place called
then you take it to this place called
it's on Bloor.
On Bloor.
Hold on.
Kinko's?
Kinko's?
It's across the street from Kinko's on Bloor.
Oh.
across the street from Kinko's on Bloor.
And
West of Spadina.
Spadina.
yeah, West of Spadina. The
Okay.
name is have the card somewhere. Anyways, if you get on PDF, they'll rotate it so it's on like a page like this.
Yeah.
So you get 2 for 1.
So you've got
You get 100.
Yeah.
It's not really a group discussion.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
talk
two
me
talk
after.
after.
You
So
talk me after.
I'll get. Okay, Mal has a clarification point on what.
Yeah. I was just wondering,
I was just wondering.
because we have some people that can get free printing.
Because we have some people who can get free printing.
If you have talked to anybody about this.
If you talk to anybody about this.
Yes, but I don't know. They're in contact with media and stuff. You can probably ask Brian for information on this topic. If you can contact Brian. he
Brian
has
is
the
non-existent.
information.
The answer is
But he
Brian
has
is
the
non-existent.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not answering.
Don't bother with Brian.
Maria, can I?
Yes.
Have you asked Action about
Have you
this?
asked
Or are
Action?
you? This is through Action? Okay.
This is an independent.
Okay. I don't know,
I don't know,
but it seems that Action
but it seems that Action
are very good at getting posters made and stuff like that.
are very good at getting posters made and stuff like that.
They have a Google group
They have a Google group
that you can join
that you can join
and post your question there.
and post your question there.
Contact Octavius.
Octavian.
Octavian.
Excellent.
I have his number.
Thank you, Maria.
I'll give you a bunch of numbers after this, including the union people.
Does anyone want to add more to this proposal?
I text messaged someone who's in contact with the union,
I text messaged someone who's contacted the union.
who does one of the buses they use for a lot of actions.
One of the buses we use for a lot of the action.
We can ask them,
You can ask them.
since it's on New Year's Day,
It's on New Year's Day.
me and my friend who's contacting them feels like we might be putting them in a, whatever.
spot.
You guys get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
right
but.
on.
But we can give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Yeah.
And also, I normally get posters for actions
And when we get posters for action
from an ally with the OFL.
with an ally with the OFL.
And there's also some other spots we can maybe get some. Since I think we're going to look at a low run because we don't have that much time to actually put them up.
Okay. Good. Okay, so 2 proposals. The first one, which we have not decided upon,
Which we have not decided upon.
is the New Year's party
The New Year's party
for Occupy
for Occupy
at St. James Park.
at St. James Park.
So if anybody's interested in that,
So if anybody's interested in that,
let's talk about it.
let's talk about it.
The second proposal is to start actively working on the open source university concept,
On the open source university concept.
getting contacts from professionals,
Getting contacts from professionals,
professors at the universities,
professors at the universities,
anybody who has any skills that they can share
anybody that has any skills that they can share
with the rest of the population
with the rest of the population
on a volunteer basis,
on a volunteer basis,
so we can provide free education,
so that we can provide free education,
not only for the homeless,
not only for the homeless,
but for everybody in general.
but for everybody in general.
So, if you have any ideas, bring them forth.
I'd like to talk to you about that now. Yeah, later. Okay. So that was proposal number 1 from Mao. Okay, you want to do that?
But
you got them both in there?
when we did pass the proposal to have the New Year's Eve party at St. James Park. We passed that the other night. We did. No, we passed it. Same night as the announcement about trying to get someone up there. Both were passed.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to check the
Pass.
minutes about that. I can't
But
remember.
at
I know I
any
facilitated,
rate,
but I can't
it's
remember.
there.
I remember things.
I'm going to be at St. James some years.
All right, there we go. So that's all the proposals I have.
That's all the proposals that we have. So do you want to be on the open speakers list? Anybody?
Mic check.
Mic check. The proposals are finished with.
The proposals are finished with.
Would anybody like to be
Would anyone like to be
on the open speakers list?
on the open speakers list?
Give your name to Liam.
Give your name or just indicate to me and I'll write it down. So before we do the speakers list, just want to remind you that when we're done the speakers list, we can hang out and talk about any ideas, like Mao said, and that's it. Okay, 13 Dragons. You were up, and can I just remind, we have it on speakers list, we have a 2-minute speaking limit so that all voices are heard.
We always have to remind.
What do we think? Our speaker's asking for 3 minutes. Temperature check on that?
Well, we need to have like decisions, not temperature checks. It's hard to know whether a temperature check is a decision.
Usually, I'm facilitating, Michael, and I'm going to say that a temperature check in this case is enough to get a general feel of whether people
No,
want.
I'm going to say that we always use a decision-making procedure, and that there has never been a formal temperature check as part of a decision.
Okay, sounds like an excellent idea. What's up?
There.
For the next minute? Done. Okay, so 2 minutes. Here we go. 2 minutes. Thank you.
Now,
So we
okay, can we make it a first? Do you keep it to 2 minutes?
Mic check.
I know.
The gentleman who wants to talk,
Everyone wants to talk?
let's listen to what he has to say.
In 9 days, it'll be too late to save anyone. The whole world will be dead. That's according to the best environmental scientists the world has. 9 days. I need 13 heroes. 13 women heroes and 13 male heroes. A coven of witches to gather me together, more covens of witches, to block Queen Street at much music and tell the whole world we're not going to let the world die. We're not going to let the children die. We're not going to allow creation to die. We are not cowards. When you asked me for a miracle in Alaska, a Category 3 hit the next day. It stayed for 3 days and 3 nights, the longest staying hurricane in history. Not even registered. And there was a rock 1,300 feet long that passed by the United States and Canada. 1,300 feet long for my 13 dragons to show you protection. And when I came back here 3 days later, you shunned me. And you shunned your Father in heaven who showed you that protection. Maybe you might have had to take wounds. But at least the world will be safe right now. Now we have 9 days. I'm going back to Speaker's Corner. I'm going back to Queen's Park. Back to much music with my sign. I've been arrested, detained for 2 weeks, given poisons, almost a stroke. And I still fight. I never give up. And I won't allow this world to die. But for those who don't allow creation to live with them and protect creation as your duty, I will not save you. You have a duty in this world to save yourselves and creation with you. You're bound together as one. I'm your father. Obey your father, please. I come here with love. But I come here with hate too, because sometimes you make me cry.
Okay. Thank you. That's 2 minutes. Thank you very much, 13 Dragons.
Thank you.
Next up, is Brandon on the speakers list.
So, a few days ago, Occupy Wall Street occupied a vacant lot that was owned by Trinity Church. This is the wealthiest church in America, apparently. They were going to use...
Yo, Mike, check this motherfucking shit.
The lot that was going to be developed, as far as I know, it wasn't a religious purpose. It was just part of real estate ownership, as part of a church being essentially part of the 1%. So they climbed the fence with a makeshift ladder. 50 of them then occupied the lot. There were 50 arrests out of the group that occupied them. And I would suggest that we all consider this action in light of the fact that we have been evicted and are, we don't have a place to occupy. We should consider this sort of action around social housing sell-offs, services cuts, the libraries being closed early, something like this where we don't expect to be there for 5 weeks. We expect to be there for a matter of hours, and to have what we called red line teams in the park, people who were going to use civil disobedience and maybe take some risks. We can get legal on board for any of these sorts of actions, I assume, to help minimize the legal risks and mediate any consequences. So please consider that. I think it's a good action to think about.
If there's no one else on the speakers list, I'd like to speak, if I could.
Take it away.
Okay, mic check.
Mic check.
Check.
Occupy the World
Occupy the World
is on fire.
is on fire.
Today,
Today,
I watched Occupy Albany,
I watched Occupy Albany,
who were being evicted from their camp.
who are being evicted from their camp.
They had one tent left,
They have one tent left,
the info tent.
the info tent.
They surrounded the info tent
They surrounded the info tent
with a human chain,
with a human chain.
and as the police came in,
And as the police came in,
they picked up the tent
they picked up the tent
and marched to City Hall.
and marched to City Hall.
They proceeded to carry the tent
They proceeded to carry the tent
around Albany
around Albany
for 2 hours,
for 2 hours.
where they were chased
Where they were chased
by the police.
by the police.
They came back to their camp,
They came back to their camp,
held a press conference,
held a press conference,
and were pepper sprayed
and were pepper sprayed
by the same police.
by the same police.
The whole world saw this.
The whole world saw this.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I encourage you to search it
I encourage you to search it
online and watch.
online and watch.
Occupy.
That's
That you want to speak or you question? Okay, Darcy has something you'd like to say.
Well, Communist China is in revolt now too.
Pardon me?
Communist China is in revolt now too. Has anybody seen that? Communist China. There are little provinces in China where people are revolting against the...
Mike check!
I just wanted to add what you're saying. Okay, no, I'm just saying it's also encouraging to see that for the first time in history in communist China, there are provinces within that are having revolts against their police state and winning.
That's right. Yes. When they picked out police in a small town in China. Okay.
So they're even rising up in China. Yippee, dippy, doo.
All right.
That's what we need to see.
So that's
China's watching this live stream.
right on.
Oh, lovely.
Um,
Welcome. Congratulations. We're with you. You're wonderful.
okay.
Chang Chang.
If that's all the speakers.
That's Chow Chow in Cantonese.
You go ahead. I can speak.
What? Okay, if anybody else
If anybody else
wants to speak,
wants to speak,
say it now.
say it now.
Just put your hand up if you wish.
Who wants to speak?
Anything to say?
Okay, then let's call it to a close. If I-
You've been wanting to speak for a while.
Would you, you're on. You
can't tell me to shut up.
There's 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I have something to say.
Let's hear it.
Occupy Toronto has been fucking going down the tubes. We lost St. James Park. That's a big thing. Look what they did in Portland. They took the fucking park back. Take it back. Sure. Hey, it looks like I dress in shit. Fuck, $20 for this fucking jacket. I sleep in a fucking tent. Actually, no, sorry, I sleep at Jess's house, but for now, because I had to pay fucking $20 for my dog. But otherwise, yeah. And Mike, you can shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Please remember, this is not a oppressive space. Thank you. That was great, though.
I sit to be used on my behalf.
I understand that. I respect that, Michael. I apologize for using that word. Are we?
If you want to.
Just a brief announcement.
We're on
about-
speakers list. Yeah, you want to make an announcement?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian has something he'd like to announce.
They had an affair over at the gazebo, and it was like lighting up St. James Park. And a friend who's not really an occupier warned me that it was all about them reclaiming the park, and I didn't believe it at first, but it turned out that was the case. And we had one inadvertent mic check where their mic didn't work, and I said mic check, but I was almost alone, and I wasn't inspired. But Adam came along a little later and did a mic check and just reminded reminded them that they put bylaws ahead of human rights.
Yeah.
And then we talked with an inspector for a bit, more or less argued with them, but that's it.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian.
Okay. Anyone else want to speak? No? All right, that's it for the GA tonight. And please remember that there will be facilitation training through Tools of Change. Come with me.
That's right. We need facilitators. Okay.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Facilitation.